changing your life one story at a time. This is the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast with Editor-in-Chief Amy Newmark.
Hey, it's Amy Newmark with your daily dose of Chicken Soup for the Soul inspiration. It's Tip Tuesday, and that's when we talk about an easy-to-implement, life-changing tip from one of our stories. What I love about these stories is that they're written by regular people, and they pass on their best ideas that regular people can use. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of stories from our book, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Inspiration for Writers. Now, if there's anyone who needs help managing their time, it's writers, because it's a lonely occupation where you really have to drive yourself to buckle down and work and not fritter the time away. Now, I'm trying to write a book myself now, and I really have to engage in good time management. And I watch my husband. I've always been impressed by the way he uses every minute of the day to accomplish things. Even if he only has a few minutes between appointments, he turns to his computer and he does some emails, or he picks up a project, or he reads something. But those minutes really add up. So I've been trying to follow his example, working on my books and my podcasts, even when I only have little bits of time available. One of our very prolific writers, Diane Stark, talked about this process in a story called A Few Short Minutes. Diane had an epiphany one day when she was watching football. She writes, "A touchdown is nothing more than getting the ball across the field, yard by precious yard. Sometimes it happens in one amazing record-setting pass. Other times it occurs more slowly, just a few yards at a time. But it still results in a touchdown, right?" So Diane says, "I thought about all the little blocks of time in my life that I thought were too short to use. And I realized those little blocks of time were too long to waste. My life circumstances didn't give me many big chunks of time to write, so I needed to use those small chunks of time productively." She started writing a few minutes at a time, and she reported, "Finally, minute by minute, word by word, I was writing. I was submitting my work and getting it accepted. It was my own personal end zone, her own touchdown, and it felt nothing less than amazing." We had another story in our writer's book on the same theme. It's called The Man in the Green Pickup. It's by Anna Redsand, and it's about a man who wrote in his truck every day during his lunch break. He only had 15 minutes left by the time he finished eating, but he diligently wrote on a yellow legal pad, and after 2 years, he had written a book and found a publisher. This motivated Anna. She was a single mother working full-time as a school counselor, and she realized that she could write that inspirational book for teens that she had always wanted to create. She realized that she had a 20-minute window of opportunity every morning before she left for work. That was 5 minutes more than the guy in the green pickup truck. Anna says, "Those 20 minutes a day turned me into the writer I am today." It took her 2 years, but she completed her book. It was called Viktor Frankl, A Life Worth Living, and it was published by Clarion Books. The English writer Charles Caleb Colton said, "Much may be done in those little shreds and patches of time which every day produces, and which most men throw away." So I think that holds true for all our endeavors, not just writing, and we should stop throwing away those little minutes that really add up over the course of a day. That's our easy tip for this Tuesday. I hope it helps you make the most of the 1,440 minutes that you have in every day. And I did the math. If you use just 2% of those minutes more productively, you'll get back half an hour a day. So that's pretty cool. Tomorrow's Wow Wednesday, so no advice. Instead, I'm going to share a cool story about a woman who marries a widower and then learns a really exciting secret about his first wife. I'm Amy Newmark, and I want to thank you for listening to the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast today. Let your friends and family know about it. Since most of us are new to podcasts, show your friends and family how to actually get a podcast on their phones or computers. And if you want to hear more about what's going on at Chicken Soup for the Soul or about our upcoming books, you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @AmyNewmark. And to read more tips from the book I mentioned today, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Inspiration for Writers, please go to our website, chickensoup.com.